we continue to look at the pride of life. It corrupts and manipulates, and it's really just an appearance. And these appearances are kept up by playing games, and these games are destructive, for it mimics the life in all its fullness that God gives to his children. It is a simulation, an emulation of the real thing that God gives. And so even though those who are caught in the pride of life may actually be seeking their good and the good of others, because their foundation is based on a lie, then it cannot achieve the high aims that it sets out to achieve. It is built on a dog-eat-dog philosophy. For me to succeed, someone else must be taken down a peg or two. We struggle to outmaneuver and outshine one another, to outdo one another, while trying to do it with the utmost politeness, sometimes, so as not to appear a not very nice person. We may even give one another credit if we think it will further our cause somewhere down the line. But this is all an imposition. It is something that the world imposes on us. The world's pride of life is something to be proud of, after all. We see that today, how we admire those who have made a name for themselves, even if it's by not so good methods. We envy them and their position. And so for us as Christians, it is not easy for us to keep ourselves clear of the pride of life. The lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes we may be able to more easily avoid, but seemingly we're weak to the temptations of the pride of life. And the lust of the flesh is something that we can bring to the cross of Christ. We kill off our old man, as Paul tells us. We nail it to the cross. That's the lust of the flesh. And the lust of the eyes, similarly, may be overcome by the mighty power of love, that we would love God more and so not be tempted by the lust of the eyes. But the pride of life, it clings to us. And we are able as Christians to know that we do not need earthly wealth, but that our riches are in heaven. And so we can deal with the temptations that the world throws at us when it comes to material possessions. We know that we shouldn't be self-indulgent, for example. And the same is true regarding being envious of other people and what they have. We know that we shouldn't covet. And so these are really those, right, to a certain extent, not quite outward, but material and things. But the problem for us is that we want to appear successful. Because we may be embarrassed otherwise for people to know the truth. We want to portray to the world that our lives are going well, that we have all that we need, that our family is well, and so on and so on and so on. And so we paint a picture. We put up a front. And this really is what the pride of life is all about. Is we're very good at dealing with the material stuff, because obviously people can see what we've got. But the stuff that goes inside of us, that makes us feel good about ourselves and what we're portraying to other people and how we portray ourselves to other people, that's really at the essence of the pride of life. Putting up a front, painting a picture. And it's hard for us to deal with that, because that seems to really be at the core of our being as a natural person in a fallen world. And so therefore, well, we need to be able to deal with that. And so as this is now brought to our attention, and what I'm hoping and praying is that we'll be able to deal with the pride of life in our own lives, and see those trigger points, and see, yeah, well, who do I rely on? And so we'll be looking at that more tomorrow. But take care, and God bless.